Nagkaroon ng mainit na diskusyon sa pagitan nina Senator Raffy Tulfo at Senator Cynthia Villar kaugnay sa mga farmland na ginagawang commercial at residential areas, sa plenary deliberation ng 160 billion pesos budget ng Department of Agriculture para sa taon 2023. Sa pagtalakay sa panukalang budget na ito, na-question ni Sen.Idol Tulfo kung ano ang ginagawa ng ahensya sa lumiliit na mga lupang sakahan dahil binibili ng mga malalaking developer, at ginagawang residential at commercial area. Kinontra naman ni Senator Villar ang pahayag ni Senator Tulfo na mga farmlands ang binibili ng mga property developers. Giit ni Villar na nagmamay-ari ng isa sa pinakamalaking property developer sa bansa, bilang negosyo nila ito ay hindi sila bumibili ng agricultural land, dahil wala namang bibili roon ng bahay, at sa mga capital towns at mga syudad sila bumibili ng lupa. Pinasinungalangan naman ito ni Senator Tulfo at sinagot si Senator Villar na may mga ebidensya siya na kino-convert talaga ang mga farmlands sa mga subdivision na nangyayari sa maraming lugar. Katwiran naman ni Senator Villar, dapat unawain ni Tulfo na ang agrikultura ay isa ring negosyo at kung hindi magtatayo ng mga subdivision ay saan naman aniya titira ang mga tao. Narito ang kabuuan ng naturang sagutan ng dalawang senador, panuuri ninyo.
Lumilit po ang ating farmland. Binibili po ng mga malalaking developer at ginagawang commercial at residential land. Ano po ang ginagawa ng DA tungkol dito?
Alam nyo, that's our business.
To market roads na agad dapat mapagbigyan ng DA na para maipasa po sa DPWH na para ma-implement.
They have a FMR network plan to ensure compliance to criteria and connectivity. All requests for farm-to-market road will be subjected through validation and geotagging.
And who does that validation, Madam Chair?
DA.
And how do they do that? Ano pong klaseng sukatan at validation ang pinagbabasehan po nila?
Geotagging. That means they do
Okay.
they have this drone technology.
Drone technology.
To find yung geotagging na yon.
Diyan po sa kanilang ginagawang geotagging, meron ho ba silang ginagawang study as to the return on investment of FMRs when it comes to the benefit to farmers and consumers?
They have criteria and they have this of connectivity. So these are the criteria nila pagpili ng farm to market road if it will lead to something that we can bring the products where it can be sold.
Opo.
So
ano po yung mga criteria po na yun, Madam Chair? What are the criteria?
the following are the criteria: production area across all commodities,
Okay.
linkage to the markets and higher roads, road condition, number of farmers that will be benefited.
Okay. Now, noong 2017 po, may na-flag down po ang COA. 957 million unfinished DA farm to market road. Isa po itong katiwalian na na-flag ng DA. 4 out of 15 projects lang po ang natapos, amounting to 1.23 B.
Paano naman 2017 nandun si
Well, it's just an example po.
geotagging?
Bilang patunay po na talaga may nangyaring katiwalian po dyan sa farm to market road.
I cannot understand that because during that time, DPWH has geotagging already. So it cannot be paid if it's not finished. Maybe
ang
you
COA
can
po
write about it and we will look into it. Kasi alam ko noon, during 2017, may geotagging na sila eh.
I know that. Siguro maybe po, pwede po natin balikan ang COA and then as soon as makuha po natin itong mga documents from COA, ipresenta ko po sa inyo and then kayo po ay magpresenta sa taong bayan para ipaliwanag kung natapos na ba itong mga projects na diniklara ng COA na hindi natapos. And we can deal with that later.
Okay.
Okay.
That you have promised, the DA has promised that if you give them they will look into it.
Thank you.
The details of what you're talking about, then they will look into it and make a report to you.
Opo, thank you po. Move on na po tayo. Food security. Lumilit po ang ating farmland. Binibili po ng mga malalaking developer at ginagawang commercial at residential land. Ano po ang ginagawa ng DA tungkol dito?
Alam nyo, that's our business. I
Ganun
want
po
to
ba?
tell you that we don't buy agricultural land in the provinces. Nobody will buy houses in agricultural land. We only buy in cities and capital towns
Ganun po.
because the buyer of houses, they want also an opportunity that if they're having financial problems, they can resell their houses. And it's very hard to resell houses not in cities or capital towns.
I'm from
So
Isabela po.
we limit ourselves in cities and capital
I'm
towns.
from Isabela po. At marami po akong may bibigay sa inyong ebidensya, proof, na mga farmland na convert po sa subdivision.
But
Kaya
in
nga po yan ang dahilan
cities-
kung bakit ko po gustong may pasa na po yung National Land Use Act.
That's in cities and capital towns, but I don't think in the
In Isabela, in Kawayan, Isabela
there
po,
will be like
In
that.
Kawayan, Isabela po, Kawayan City, Isabela, may mga farmland po doon na na-convert.
Kawayan is a city.
Regardless, ang pinag-usapan
My
po
God,
natin, yung
if,
mga farmland po na na-convert na po sa isang subdivision o commercial.
But they allow that in cities and
allow
capital
that.
towns.
Kaya nga
They
po,
allow conversion
alam ko nga
in
po.
cities and capital towns because if they buy your land, they buy it expensive and you can reinvest the money and you will make more money than planting on those lands. I remember we have, when I was young, we have a big chicken farm in Muntinlupa. But Muntinlupa became a 60. So we finally developed our chicken farm because it is 8 hectares. We will make more money than in farming. So it's an investment decision for these people. If somebody will buy your land at a bigger amount, maybe you can sell it and buy another land that is cheaper somewhere else and build your farm there.
Hindi po ganun
I
nangyari,
think
ma'am.
it's the thinking of you have to understand agriculture as a business also.
I'm
That
not a
if you
businessman,
have
but I can understand agriculture po,
opportunity
ma'am.
to sell your land at a higher price and be able to buy a bigger piece of land with that same money in less prime places, then you will do it.
Kaya nga
It's
po, ito
na-
pong tanong ko po sa ating mga taga-DA. Ano po ang ginagawa nila sa ganitong nangyaring masamang sistema na paliit po ang ating farmland? Sorry po, madam ha.
Yeah.
Na hindi lang po sa Kawayan, sa Isabela, kundi sa
I
marami
tend
pong
to
mga
disagree
probinsya
with you.
na marami na pong mga subdivision na nagsilipa na.
Where will the people live if you don't build subdivision?
Marami po mga lugar na pwede pong pagtayuan ng subdivision. Huwag lang po i-take over yung mga farms. Kasi nga po, kuminsan yung mga farmers, dahil sila po naghihikaos, they're being taken advantage of.
No.
Lalo na po meron tinatawag na rice tarification. So mura po yung mga bigas na dumarating dito, they cannot compete. And then papasok po ito mga negosyante at mag-o-offer ng pera para bilhin ng kanilang mga lupain. Of course, walang choice po yung mga farmers kung hindi ibenta na lang kanilang lupa sapagkat meron na po tinatawag na rice tarification.
I wrote the rice tarification
kayo po ba yun?
law. You know, we wrote the rice tarification law because in 2018, the price of rice rose to almost 50 to 60 pesos per kilo. And that is the only time President Duterte became unpopular because rice is a political crop. When nagmamahal ang rice, nagiging unpopular ang president. And the World Bank, we signed that WTO agreement in 1995, and they gave us 25 years to be competitive, but we failed to be competitive after 25 years. And if we don't open or liberalize the importation of rice, they will bring down our credit rating. And we have plenty of loans abroad, and we have to pay higher interest for those loans, so it will be a loss to the Philippine government. So what I did when they asked me to write the rice tarification law, I gave all the money from the collection of rice tariff to the small farmers. 10 billion for the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement
I see.
Fund 5 billion for mechanization, 3 billion for seeds, 1 billion for loans, 1 billion for training. And anything above 10 billion that was collected, it was given to the rice farmers owning 2 hectares and below, 5,000 each, 1.6 million farmers. So that is 8 billion. So a total of 18 billion, which is the collection of the rice tarification law na rice tariff.
Alam ko po
I
yan.
don't feel any guilt to the small farmers. All the money that came from the rice tarification law were given to the small farmers owning 2 hectares and below.
So how do we identify those small farmers?
They
Paano po
have a
natin?
list.
Do you have po a list?
They
So
have
paano
a
po ninyo
list.
pinipili ng DA?
They have
Paano,
a list.
ay, no po, paano po pinipili kung sino po ang maging recipient nitong pera na galing po sa rice tarification? How are they being identified?
A list of farmers owning 2 hectares and below.
So,
Oh,
meron po,
papalista ka sa kanila. They have RSBSA.
Okay.
Oo. So I have no guilt to any rice farmers.
I'm not
All
saying-
the money that came from the rice tarification
I'm not saying po
were
na kayo po'y
given
guilty.
back to the rice farmers. I wrote that law
I know. Ako po
because
yun.
I studied the difference between us and the rice farmers of Vietnam. The rice farmers of Vietnam, they produce their palay at 6 pesos per kilo. We in the Philippines, we produce our palay at 12 pesos per kilo. The 6 pesos difference, I look at it. And 350 is labor. That means we're not mechanized. And 250 is the productivity of the seed. So there's something wrong with our seed. So when I wrote that Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund, I gave 5 billion to mechanization and 3 billion to seed distribution and also to train them to do the same seeds with their own farm. I am teaching them to learn how to do inbred seedlings.
Okay. Are you finished po, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let's go back po dun sa food security. Alam ko po na meron pong tinatawag na Rice Comprehensive Enhancement Fund.
Rice Competitiveness
Competitive, okay,
Fund.
Enhancement Fund. Nasabi niyo po sa akin, so dapat may 2 hectares yung farmer para sila po ay mag-qualify dyan. Okay na po tayo dyan. However, hindi pa rin po talaga tunay na nasasagot yung pong katanungan ko po na ano pong ginagawa ng DA na yung pong mga farmland ay nako-convert na po sa nagiging residential area na po at commercial area.
We need the residential area and the commercial area to improve the quality of lives of our people. Ang alam nyo, it's not the amount of farmlands. It's the efficiency of using these farmlands. Alam nyo, pag maganda ang seeds mo at mechanized ka, even with smaller area of farmlands, you can do better
Kaya nga
and
po, ma'am.
earn more. Kaya nga we're teaching the farmers to do mechanization and to plant better seedlings and to teach them that they have to operate their farm as a small business so they will make more money. You know, hindi naman ito como maliit ang lupa mo. Kaya we're organizing them into cooperatives para may economies of scale sila. Kasi kung 2 hectares kayo, mag-organize kayo, 30 farmer, then you have 60 hectares. And then you mechanize, hindi ka matatapos sa palay. Bibigyan ka ng PhilMec ng ano tawag dito, dryer and milling. So ang production mo hindi na palay na babarating ka ng middleman, kundi mapoproduce mo na hanggang rice. Tapos because you are a cooperative, you have economies of scale, you can go to the supermarket directly and sell your rice to them, you will make more money.
Okay.
So it's not the amount of land, it's the model. We have to change the model of our agriculture.
I agree.
There is something wrong
Yes.
with our model of
Okay.
agriculture.